Going live for the second day in a row, 30 days to become the mom your teen actually talks to. I just filmed this on another platform and I thought it was filming and it didn't. So we're just going to do this again and that's okay. This will be fun. My goal is to go live every day for 30 days at the same time. And it's okay. We're a little bit late today and we're not going to worry ourselves with it. What I want to talk about is this phrase, indecision is prison. I was actually watching a live yesterday and I heard somebody say that and I was like, oh my goodness, I love that phrase. I'm going to talk about it. So let's talk about indecision is prison, because I think a lot of moms come to me and they say, I want to know how I can get my teenager to talk to me. Okay. Feels like a simple enough question, right? I actually had somebody on a previous live say, I want to get my teenager to talk to me. We have a pretty good relationship. What can I say to him at the end of the day to get him to talk, right? So I think it feels as simple as the right question. And sometimes when you are in a trusted space, when you are in a pretty close relationship, when things are pretty good with your teenager, sometimes it really is about the words. And I actually have a mini app coming out soon. I've had a lot of requests for what I call say this, not that phrases. And I've shared a lot of say this, not that. Don't say this instead. And I have a mini app coming out that's going to help you with that, just at your fingertips for different scenarios with your kids. But here's the disclaimer. The disclaimer is if your teenager doesn't want anything to do with you for whatever reason, it doesn't matter what words you say. It doesn't matter what questions you ask, because they've already decided my mom's distrusting. And they don't have the words to articulate this, but they're thinking to themselves, I don't want to talk to my mom because if I do, she's judging me or she's correcting me or she's controlling me or she thinks that I'm incapable, right? So those are some of the things that unfortunately from patterns likely learned from your own parents, that's okay, from the patterns that have repeated themselves, they've told themselves, okay, can't talk to mom. Mom's not safe. I can't trust mom because she's going to XYZ. So this is what I want to make sure you know and understand. Your teenager is not the problem, even though I know oftentimes it feels like they are. You are not the problem. We're not going to do mom guilt around here. You're an intentional mom. The pattern is the problem. The pattern's the problem. The pattern that you're stuck in, the pattern that likely your parents parented, and you're probably thinking, well, I've done it much better than they did. I was talking to a mom earlier in the week who she's like, my parents were controlling. I am not controlling, right? So she knows and understands I'm way less than my parents were. And I think she still had some controlling patterns. And it's hard to examine when you think, oh, I'm already doing this way different from how my parents were doing it. So it is a tough pill to swallow. And we're going to swallow the pill. Okay. So don't you worry about that. We're going to talk about this indecision is prison. This is what I want you to think about. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a pool. You've been standing there for 20 minutes looking in. It's this beautiful, you know what? Instead of a pool, I want you to think about the Caribbean, crystal blue turquoise water. Gorgeous. Okay. You're standing on the edge and you're thinking, I want to jump in. I want to just fully jump in and just immerse into this gorgeous water. You've dipped your toe in. Okay, the water feels warm enough. I'm not going to freeze. I'm going to give it a try. You've walked back. You've walked forward. You're adjusting your towel, thinking, okay, I'm going to leave my towel here. I don't know. You've told yourself, okay, on 3, I'm going to jump. 1, 2. Never mind. No. I'm not going to do it. Okay, maybe I'm going to stub my toe on a rock on the bottom. You never actually jump. Meanwhile, you see people swimming around, having a good time. You're laughing. They're splashing about. They're figuring out as they go. They jumped in. Why is it so hard for you to jump in? And you're standing there thinking about the perfect way to get in. You're actually thinking, I wish someone would just push me in. It would be so much easier if someone would just push me in. I'm going to yell at my husband over there or my mom or my sister. Hey, just push me in. I know I want to do this, but I just can't seem to do it. I can't seem to take the leap. Will you just push me in? And I'm the lifeguard. I'm lifeguard sitting on the stand over there watching this whole scene. And maybe you're saying to me like, hey, Miss Lifeguard lady, will you just push me in? And I'm like, no, girl, you got to do this yourself. You got to do it. You got to make the decision. And I get it. Indecision is prison. You got to make the decision to jump in, but it feels scary. That's what indecision looks like in the relationship with your teenager. You're feeling indecisive and I want to do something different. I want to step into more. I want to learn this emotional leadership so that I can get my teenager to talk to me because they're isolating in their room. They're actually mean to me. They completely ignore me when I ask a question. They roll their eyes at me. Maybe there's door slamming and you want to do something different, but you're not sure something different will work because you've done so many things before, right? So sometimes you get stuck because you don't want to mess it up more, or you've tried so many things and it doesn't work. And the things that you've tried are likely reading books or watching these live streams or gathering lots of tips on social media. That's a great start. And it's never going to give you that immersion that's just fully jumping in and doing that cannonball will do. That's dipping your toe. When you gather the tips, that's dipping your toe in the water. And I get that you're afraid to be rejected. And honestly, you want a guarantee. So I taught a workshop on Monday, 2 hours of this immersive experience of, hey, I've got all of this here for you. This is why your teenager doesn't talk to you. And guess what? Over here, I'm going to help you immerse. I am going to help guide you how to get to that space, but you got to cross the bridge. You got to be able to get to that space. You have to make that decision. And once you cannonball into the water, I'm the lifeguard sitting there. I'm not going to let you drown. You might be flailing at first, like, oh, I don't know, this feels so hard. You might be flailing, and I'm the lifeguard on the side saying, you got this. Just like the meme that's coming out, like, you're doing amazing, Kylie, sweetie. I was laughing at that yesterday because my daughter made a meme as she's running for student council president and she's running in a race. And so I commented on it, like, you're doing amazing, sweetie. I love it. So that's me as the lifeguard. I see you flailing and I'm not going to let you drown. I'm going to throw you a pool noodle. I'm going to come beside you and show you the strokes. You might be doggy paddling at first, but pretty soon you're like, okay, I'm going to back float. And then, ooh, I got this stroke pretty good. And now I got to learn this different stroke. Okay, different patterns. So as we think about this indecision as prison, I don't want you stuck on the edge thinking it seems like a good idea and then not doing anything about it. And just like Indiana Jones, when he stuck his foot out, what is it called? Which Indiana Jones is it? He had to take that leap of faith. I can't even remember which one. I can't remember. Where it looked like he was going to fall into an abyss, but he trusted his father who said, do it, take the leap. He put his foot out. He was terrified and he put his foot down and oh my goodness, there was this invisible bridge underneath that he hadn't seen before. So once you, like I said, we're going back to the pool or the Caribbean water situation where I'm the lifeguard. No one's going to push you in. You got to decide to jump in. And so that's what I'm inviting moms to do into this trusted method. I've taught them a little bit. I've given them some little tips. I've created this space where there's more and they have to be willing to step into it. You have to be willing to step into it. If you're feeling this, I am stuck with my teenager. We are stuck in these patterns. Remember, it's not your teenager's fault. They're a great kid. It's not your fault. You're an excellent mom. It is the fault of the pattern that you have fallen into. So when you can release yourself of the guilt, release yourself from blaming your teenager, there's so much more peace that comes to you, I promise. Another analogy I'm going to bring in with this water situation is I want you to think of yourself as a lighthouse. Imagine a lighthouse standing on the cliff. I'm actually going with my daughters to the East Coast next month, and I've been so excited about a lighthouse tour. A lighthouse stands tall and steady and firm and calm. It doesn't move. Its foundation is built in that cliffside. And you're the lighthouse. Your teenager is on a boat out in the water. And it's smooth for a little bit. And then the rough waters start coming. Emotional roller coaster of teenagers, of life, of the friction between the two of you. I am here to teach you in the Trusted Method how to be steady despite the rough waters. Because they're going to come. The rough waters aren't going away. But your teenager learns to navigate those rough waters because of your steadiness. When you are steady, you're teaching your teenager how to navigate their rough waters and the rough waters that's between you and them. Doesn't that sound amazing? And I get it. You want a guarantee. So I've got this trusted method. It's a 90-day program where you step in, you learn all these tools. I'm there guiding you, coaching you. We've got a group setting. We've got one-on-one settings. I've got tools very specific to teaching you to unlearn the patterns that have stuck with you for far too long. And everyone wants a guarantee. Well, will this work? You're investing in something. I think it's really important to invest in something or else you're not going to be invested. So when you invest in something, you want a guarantee, right? Here's the guarantee that I give moms that I work with. The guarantee of if you don't feel different at 90 days, if you don't feel like this lighthouse that I'm describing, calm and steady, you get to extend longer beyond the 90 days. I'm not going to let you go. I'm not going to let you drown. I'm not just going to teach you and leave you. I'm here as the lifeguard, calling out to you, you're doing amazing, and to say, let's tweak this a little bit. Tell me how you did that. Tell me how that conversation went. Okay, let's tweak this. I want you to go back to your teenager and do this. I want you to work on this. That's what I'm here to do as your guide, and you have to be willing to take that step. No one's going to put you in. You got to be willing to jump in, do the cannonball into the water. Indecision is prison. It is costing you more than any wrong sentence ever will. Because every time you don't act, you reinforce the exact pattern you want to change. Silence is a pattern, avoidance is a pattern, overthinking is a pattern, and your teen is responding to that pattern, not your intentions. Here's what I want you to walk away with. I'm going to end this with this. Clarity does not come before action. You're not going to get clear by standing on the edge. Oh, I don't know. It just seems like a good idea. I'm not sure. It just feels like, it feels risky, right? There's going to be risk involved. And clarity comes because of your action. When you decide, when you get out of that indecision prison, when you decide to jump off into the water, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm flailing a little bit, but wow, this water feels nice. This feels great in here. I'm going to keep treading. I'm going to doggy paddle until I learn to be steady and float on my back, or learn this stroke or learn that stroke. Clarity does not come before action. Clarity comes because of action. That's what I'm going to leave you with today, as well as there's a link to set up a clarity call with me. I call it a clarity call. It is a free consultation where I say, all right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about where you are. Let's talk about this space. Are you going to be decisive and move forward? Or are you going to stay stuck in this indecision prison? What I want for you, the ultimate goal, is that your teen talks to you and listens to what you have to say. I know you have so much wisdom. They don't want to hear anything. I just had a conversation with my daughter last night, and I'm so grateful that we are in this trusted relationship, because if we weren't, the counsel that I gave her, she would have rejected it, hated it, dismissed it. But because we're trusted, she didn't like it, but she said, yeah, I get it. Thank you for sharing with me. That's what I want for you. I want your teen to talk to you in the happy, sad, angry, glad, confusing moments. And I want them to listen to what you have to say when you have counsel. And when you are trusted, they do. Not just here when they're 15, 16, 17, but when they're 25 also. I've got adult children. I've got a married child. I'm working on these. These are relationship skills. These are life skills. When you learn it in the context of your teenager, when you're in this tricky space, the guarantee that I have for you when you learn and implement these tools is these are lifetime skills. This is not just for the here and now. You are not just investing in the here and now. You are investing in a trusted relationship indefinitely. And then you apply it to all relationships. I have moms that come into my program for one tricky, difficult child. They have a trusted relationship. They grow up feeling pretty good. Guess what? They got another child that has different needs that they're learning to become trusted with that child in a different way too, because they have different needs. I digress. I'm going to end. Book a clarity call. We'll discuss what it means to step into the trusted method for you. If you're ready to learn emotional leadership, if you're ready to stop flailing in the water or stuck in a decision, take the move, book the call. I'll talk to you about what it looks like to step into that trusted method. I got you. Coach Kristen here for you. Okay, let's end this now. Bye-bye.